Hi everyone, this is Book-Ass Reviews, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the Marvel Legends Mysterio figure. So before we take a look at Mysterio, let's take a look at the accessories that he comes with. So first up, he comes with the Build-A-Figure piece for Lizard. He comes with the left leg, and that pops in pretty easily. And over the course of the time that I haven't done reviews, I also got this from a guy on Facebook. Actually, so I won't be reviewing Spider-Punk because I just got the Build-A-Figure piece. I actually have all the figures now. I just have to wait to review them all individually. But funny thing is, after I got this piece, like 3 days after that, I found Spider-Punk, Lasher, and Spider-Man Noir, the last figures I needed for the wave. So, but you know, it doesn't bother me. Spider-Punk wasn't a big want for me, so, you know. And also, Mysterio comes with these mist effects that you're supposed to put on his feet. So you just attach them like that. And they look really good. They're cast in that translucent green. If you look, there is spiders sculpted in, but they're not painted on. They're just cast in that green. But it looks pretty good. And there's that opening right there. You kind of just have to wedge it in there like that. And that looks pretty cool. I don't think that Hasbro's ever done a base like that for a figure. Well, not really a base, like effects like that. So I think that's pretty cool. So let's go ahead and take those off for the review, because I know they'll drop off one way or another. So now let's take a look at the head sculpt. Now, one of my big issues with this figure is the head sculpt. The stupid tentacles make it so that you can't get it off his head, and I actually broke the tentacle piece that's coming out of his mouth off trying to get the cape off, and it's meant to be removed. I don't know why the dome wasn't just removable, so you could just like unscrew it, put this on, then put the dome back on. Because, hold on, let me put I'm not a fan of this anyway, but I didn't want to break it off. That's how it looks normally. Like he has that stupid looking tentacle coming out of his mouth. And when you try to put the helmet on, or the cape on with the dome, then it won't go on. And even if you try to wedge it, then it'll just break off. And I don't want to break this one off either. See, that's what ended up happening. I took the cape and dome off just fine, but when I tried taking it off, I ended up breaking this. So that's very unfortunate. Like I said, I'm not a fan of the way it looks anyway, but I didn't want to break it. So I'll go ahead and show that again, the way it looks. It looks really stupid with that. But if you take it off, it actually looks pretty cool. So that's kind of an improvement, an accidental improvement. But the head sculpt looks really cool. It's a translucent skull. I thought that it was glow in the dark, but it wasn't. But it looks really cool. And now let's go ahead and put this back on here. And it just has a hole in his back that you plug that into. And the cape has some fantastic sculpting detail to it. It has lots and lots of sculpting detail to it on the inside. And on the outside it has a lot of paint variation too. Like it has like some darker colors painted right here in the folds. That looks really awesome. Because it's that light purple and then the dark purple in the folds right here. That looks really cool. And then here's his body, which is a brand new body. The cape, the head sculpt, the body, the cape, the head sculpt, the body, even the arms right here are brand new. The only thing that's not new on this figure is the hands. And this was a piece of Spider-Man hand and Brother Voodoo's hand. So these look good, whatever they're called, his wrist gauntlets or whatever. They look pretty good. And I think that this was how Mysterio looked up until just recently. I think it was recently when he changed into the, like in the 2000s, when he changed from the all green gloves to the yellow gloves and the yellow or gold boots. Like late 90s, early 2000s, I think. But those look nice. And then to show him next to the regular Mysterio, the Toy Biz Mysterio. And this one, if you look, it has switching head action, which I think is just about broken. But that was so awesome. I don't know, I don't think that could have worked with the Hasbro, and because this huge lever right here sticks out, and you have to push it in, and then the heads change. Plus, you can always see his face. You know, you can't just have it like in between, because it just looks funny like that. But here they are next to each other, and this one has definitely withstood the test of time. I mean, now comparing them, this one looks better, but up until recently, this has been my main Sinister Six Mysterio I've used. So now let's go over the articulation. So with the cape on, Mysterio, he can't move his head at all, but with the cape off, he can move his head down just a little bit. His neck does get in the way. The jaw right there can't move down any. He can look back all the way. He can move his head side to side. You really don't get much pivot in there. But I did find kind of a useful hack here. So, I'm really just not a fan of this head sculpt. I don't know. It looks kind of funny to me. I mean, it looks cool, but with the tentacle coming out of the eye, it still looks a little funny. So what I did was I took a cotton ball right here and just shoved it up in there and kind of did that. Kind of ripped it apart just a little bit. And kind of made it look misty up, or foggy, in his dome. There. So that way. And I honestly like this better than the head sculpt that it came with. So that's what I've been doing with this Mysterio, because that just looks a lot better to me, because that's how I'm used to seeing him, as with a foggy dome. So that's my little hack here that I did. I'm not the first one that did it. I saw it on Facebook. But I thought that that was a really nice thing to do. So now, let's resume with the articulation. So he has ball jointed shoulders that can move out that far. He has swiveled the bicep, double jointed elbow, swiveled the wrist that can move side to side, and up and down. He has an ab crunch that can move back all the way. The cape doesn't hinder that at all. He can crunch forward all the way. He has swiveled the waist, ball jointed hips that can move out that far. He can just about do a split. He can kick forward all the way. He can kick back just a little bit. The cape doesn't hinder that because his thigh doesn't move back that far. He has swiveled the thigh, double jointed knee, swiveled the boot, swiveled the ankle, and an ankle rocker. So the articulation is pretty much what you'd expect for the Marvel Legend. I mean, it's kind of just the standard articulation. So now let's do some size comparisons. So I couldn't figure where I put all of my Sinister Six because I've been cleaning recently. So I don't have any of the Sinister Six to compare him to. That's the bad thing. When I clean my room, I always lose things. I'll find him eventually. Now let's get him standing back again. There. So here he is next to Spider-Man. I feel like this Spider-Man is a little tall. Or maybe Mysterio is a little short. I don't know which it is. I think Mysterio is just a little too short. Here he is next to Old Man Logan. And in the comics, Mysterio is a huge part of the Old Man Logan storyline. I won't give any spoilers away in case you haven't read the graphic novel yet. But here they are next to each other. And I definitely feel like Mysterio should be taller than him. They're just about the same height. I mean, if you take the dome off, they are the same height, so I think Mysterio should definitely be just a little bit taller. And finally, here he is next to the previous Toy Biz version. And you can see this one has the gold boots and the yellow and gold arm things, whatever they're called. He has those. And I definitely like this one better. I've seen where people have painted the wrist guards or whatever these are right here in the hands yellow to match this one. But I don't know, I like this one better. I like how he has the green boots and green gloves and everything. So leave a comment down below and tell me which of these do you prefer. Do you prefer the one that can change his faces, or the new Hasbro one? So that's my review. Overall, I really like Mysterio. It's a really good figure. I just have some minor complaints with the head, especially with that tentacle falling off right there. That was a major gripe of mine because the first day that I got this, I tried to take that off, and it came off just fine, but when I tried to put it back on, it broke off. But I like the cotton ball in there more anyways. I mean, it looks a lot better. So that's my review. And if you like this review, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.